In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, the galactic concordat had reigned supreme for millennia. Comprising over 1,000 sapient species, the concordat prided itself on its technological prowess, cultural diversity, and ability to maintain peace across dozens of spiral arms. At the heart of this interstellar behemoth sat the Council of Elders, representatives from the most advanced civilizations, guiding the destiny of countless beings. It was on a typical day of the galactic standard year 45,672 when senior researcher Zixnara, a Centaurian with iridescent scales and multifaceted eyes, brought an intriguing report before the council. "Esteemed elders," Zixnara began, her voice resonating through the grand chamber, "our deep space probes have detected an anomaly in Sector 8, Quadrant 3 of the Orion Arm. It appears to be a developing civilization on the third planet of an unremarkable yellow dwarf star." The chamber buzzed with mild interest. New civilizations were discovered with some regularity, though rarely in such a well-traversed area of space. Elder Krothak, a being of pure energy contained within an ornate crystalline structure, spoke up. "What makes this civilization noteworthy?" Researcher Zixnara. "Surely it cannot be more than a level 2 on the Kardashev scale." Zixnara's scales shimmered with excitement. "That's just it, Elder. By all our measurements, they shouldn't even register on the Kardashev scale. They've barely touched their own moon, let alone harness the energy of their planet. And yet—" She paused, building suspense. "And yet," prompted Elder Ilara, her tentacles writhing with curiosity, "and yet they've achieved things that defy our understanding of technological progression," Zixnara continued. "They've split the atom, mapped their own genome, created rudimentary artificial intelligence, and even sent primitive probes beyond their solar system. All this while still burning fossil fuels and fighting amongst themselves over arbitrary land borders." The chamber erupted in murmurs of disbelief and skepticism. "Impossible," declared Elder Vrock, his exoskeleton clicking in agitation. "No species progresses in such a haphazard, illogical manner. Your data must be flawed, researcher." Zixnara stood her ground. "I assure you the data has been triple verified. This species, which calls itself human, seems to operate on a completely different paradigm than any we've encountered before." The council debated for hours, finally deciding to send a covert observation team to study these humans more closely. Little did they know that this decision would change the face of the galaxy forever. 5 galactic standard years later, Zixnara stood before the council once again, her scales now a dull gray from stress and lack of sleep. "Elders," she began, her voice trembling, "I bring grave news. The humans, they've detected us." The chamber fell into stunned silence. But that's not possible," stammered Elder Ilara. "Our cloaking technology is impenetrable. Even level 4 civilizations can't detect our observation posts." Zixnara nodded grimly. "Nevertheless, they have. Not only that, but they've reverse-engineered some of our technology from the mere traces our ships left in their upper atmosphere." The implications were staggering. In just 5 years, humans had leaped centuries ahead in technological development. "There's more," Zixnara continued, her voice barely a whisper. They've achieved faster-than-light travel." The council chamber exploded into chaos. FTL travel was the hallmark of a level 3 civilization, the key to the stars. It had taken most concordat species millennia to achieve it, and some still relied on others for interstellar transport. As the elders argued amongst themselves, a junior aide burst into the chamber, breaking all protocols. "Elders," he cried out, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth." The chamber fell silent once more as a holographic display flickered to life in the center of the room. A figure appeared, bipedal, with pale skin and dark hair, wearing what appeared to be a formal uniform. "Greetings, members of the Galactic Concordat," the figure spoke, its words automatically translated. "I am Admiral Helena Chen of the United Earth Federation. We apologize for the abrupt nature of this communication, but we felt it was time to introduce ourselves properly." The elders were too shocked to respond, allowing Admiral Chen to continue. "We want to thank you for the inadvertent technological boost your observation has provided us. Rest assured, we come in peace. We look forward to establishing diplomatic relations and cultural exchange. However," her tone grew firmer, "we must insist that all covert observation of Earth cease immediately. We value our privacy." As quickly as it had appeared, the transmission cut off, leaving the council in stunned silence. Elder Krothak was the first to speak. "Well," he said, his crystalline form pulsing with a mix of emotions, "it seems we have grossly underestimated these humans." Zixnara, despite her exhaustion, felt a thrill of excitement. "Elders," she said, "I believe we're witnessing the birth of a new galactic superpower. The question is, what do we do now?" The Council of Elders, for the first time in recorded history, found themselves without an answer. The age of human ascendance had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. Over the next decade, the Galactic Concordat watched in awe and trepidation as humanity burst onto the interstellar scene. Their ships, a bizarre mix of Concordat-derived technology and inexplicable human innovations, began to appear at the fringes of Concordat space. Trade agreements were established, cultural exchanges initiated, and diplomatic relations formalized. But it was clear to all that humanity was not content to simply join the existing galactic order. They were reshaping it. Human innovation seemed to know no bounds. They took Concordat technology and pushed it to limits previously thought impossible. Their AIs, far more advanced than initially believed, began to solve problems that had puzzled the greatest minds of the Concordat for centuries. But it was in the field of medicine that humans truly shone. Within 2 decades of first contact, they had cured diseases that had plagued Concordat species for millennia, extended lifespans across the galaxy, and even found ways to transfer consciousness between organic and synthetic bodies. The Galactic Concordat found itself in an unprecedented situation. Never before had a species risen so quickly, innovated so rapidly, or adapted so efficiently. Some members of the Concordat embraced the changes, eager to benefit from human advancements. Others grew fearful, seeing humanity as a threat to the established order. Tensions came to a head when the warlike Drekthar Empire, a fringe member of the Concordat, decided to launch a preemptive strike against human colonies. They expected an easy victory against the upstart species. They were wrong. The human response was swift and devastating. Employing technologies that the Concordat's best scientists could barely comprehend, the United Earth Federation fleet annihilated the Drekthar Armada in a matter of hours. But instead of pressing their advantage and destroying the Drekthar homeworld, as was common in Concordat conflicts, the humans offered peace. Admiral Helena Chen, now a revered figure across human space, addressed the Drekthar High Command. "We have no desire for war or conquest. Our goal is peaceful coexistence and mutual prosperity. Let this be a lesson. Humanity will always defend itself, but we will never seek to subjugate others. Join us in peace, and together we can forge a better future for all." The Drekthar, a species that respected strength above all else, laid down their arms and sued for peace. It was unprecedented in their history. As news of the short-lived war spread across the galaxy, the Galactic Concordat found itself at a crossroads. Humanity had proven itself to be not just technologically superior, but morally advanced as well. In an emergency session, the Council of Elders made a decision that would alter the course of galactic history. They invited humanity to take a seat on the council, not as a junior member, but as equals. Zixnara, now the Centaurian elder, watched with pride as the human representative took their place among the council. She couldn't help but reflect on that day, decades ago, when she first brought news of this curious species to the Concordat's attention. As the session began, Elder Zixnara leaned towards the human representative and whispered, "You continue to surprise us at every turn. What's next for humanity?" The humans smiled, a glint of excitement in their eyes. "Elder Zixnara, we're just getting started. The universe is vast, and we have so much left to explore and discover. Together, there's no limit to what we can achieve." And as the council began to discuss the future of the galaxy, Zixnara couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. The age of humanity had dawned, and the universe would never be the same again.